At the start of 2024, I set myself the goal to read 15 books. I failed. I read 10. These are the top 3 that I read that allowed me to continue growing my small business. If you don't know who I am, my name is Cameron Grant and I'm the director of Parenthesis, a photographic company that provides show-stopping photography for the live performance and the art scene in Melbourne. These books have helped me grow my small business, as well as the books that I've read in 2023. If you wanted to read my article about those books that helped grow my small business, you can read that through the link in my blog on my website. Now for the important part, the top 3 books that I read this year that allowed me to continue growing my small business. Now these are in no particular order, these are just the top 3 out of the 10 that I read, but if you've got some books that you read this year and you would like to give me the recommendation, please pop them in the comments below and I'll be sure to check it out. Number 1, it's going to start with a classic, Atomic Habits by James Clear. If you haven't read this one, you probably haven't stepped foot into a bookstore in about 5 years. Tiny changes, remarkable results. Was that right? Correct. James talks a lot in Atomic Habits about active mindfulness and making small, remarkable changes into your daily routine to help you progress and propel yourself into the person that you want to be. You don't grow into the person you want to be without making those mindful changes, and Atomic Habits is the first book that I believe you should read. Another classic, Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. This one came out in the early 1900s and has remained a classic in business and communications for many, many years. Dale talks a lot about effective communication in both marketing and everyday life. He talks a lot about relationship communication, business communication, and how you can effectively use your communication to see the results that you want to achieve. This is a really important book if you have trouble talking with people and being able to stand up for yourself and also be able to obtain the things that you desire. This is a really great book, also on the recommendation list. Number 3, No Filter by Sarah Frier. I actually really love this book. It's more of a documentative journal on how Instagram came to be through the age of social media. Sarah talks a lot about how Instagram was actually the leading social media platform that changed how businesses are seen, not from just a service, but from an experience. Say you go to your favorite cafe, you're no longer there for the service of getting coffee and food, you're there for the experience of the beauty and the aesthetic of it. So No Filter by Sarah Frier talks a lot about how we in our businesses can become effective marketers in the way that we present ourselves and be able to grow a following as well. And the last one, I'm actually going to give you a curveball here. It's Crossing the Chasm by Geoffrey. This one was really fantastic and talks a lot about the bell curve of early adapters and innovators when it comes to trialing and purchasing a new product. In his book, he's got this graph that shows how you want to latch onto those early innovators in a marketing and business rollout, and how the best ways of communicating to those audiences are to be able to continue that bell curve and grow the business and be able to achieve the maximum results. So those are my top 3, plus an additional one for you. If you enjoyed this review, please let me know in the comments. And of course, if you've got that recommendation, leave that as well. I can't believe I read 10 whole books this year. I'm really hoping that I can increase those numbers in 2025.